Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten up your bow ties because it is time for some more HollowCube Amplified. I am a Crusader, and let us get started. So, we have had Toxic with us the last couple episodes. She's not here this one, but I'm sure we'll do a lot of stuff with her in the future. Actually, I know we will. But today we got some stuff to talk about. I hope everyone is getting prepared for the holidays in this holiday season. I know that we are going to be gone next week, and that's okay. I'll make sure to try and get some stuff done while we are gone. We'll have a laptop with us, so should be able to do a couple things here and there, make some progress. But with the new year comes a transition. The plan is when the new year comes along, we are going to move out of Spawn and start a new base off in the distance, way over that way somewhere, I think. Somewhere in some direction. I know how to get there from another. We found it already. But those plans will come in the future. For now, what we have to do is we actually need to kind of wrap up what we're doing in Spawn. So, basically the plan is we'll probably release a couple videos on this, but we need to complete the inside of our town hall. We've gotten kind of lazy on that one, so gotta do that. We need to kind of terraform the area around it. We already took out an entire hill right here, but we need to clear out some area right here. We need to build a bridge that comes across. Might be a little bit higher, might sink. Get it out of Toxic's way. And then we need to clear that area out. We'll need to talk to Celtic and kind of make a transition up to his base from ours, so that we can work with it. I don't think we're going to be doing anything else underneath the base. I think we'll leave all of the goodies for builds at our new personal base outside of Spawn. It's getting pretty busy around here. There's a whole lot of entities. We actually ran into an entity problem today that we're trying to figure out, so you may not see a whole lot of hostile mobs, but we'll make it work. We will make it work. But today, let's go ahead and step into the heart of the town hall and see what we have going on here. So I think that the big issue with the interior so far is it just looks flat. Like it's huge, but it looks flat. All it is a shell, and you can definitely tell. So what we're going to do is we're going to offset some columns out here, probably build a platform. We need to build an area for people to stack their banners. So everyone has a banner here on the HollowCube server. You can come into this room and see who all the HollowCubers are. Maybe a table or something so that we can meet up, have some arguments. Maybe we'll do some standing ones. That's more fun because you can sit there and hit each other with swords. But yeah, so these yellow blocks right here, I used some of Original's egg yolks to lay these out because I don't like the color, so I know I'll never use it. So no problems. It was a good thing to use to lay out. But we are going to do a column on all of these, and the design we are going to use are those guys. So I built a 2-wide column over there just to kind of test it out. I was having some problems with some recordings earlier, so this is kind of what I got done in those, which is okay. It's a good example of what our plan is moving along. So we're going to do those at each one of these, and they'll come out. It'll span this gap right here. We will probably also run them not only in this horizontal direction, but also lengthwise between there to kind of add some more depth along there as well. We are going to keep it open so that you can see the roof from here. It's only going to be one story. All the goodies are underneath, or all our storage room is underneath. You can see right there. I like that detail a lot. But yeah, so let us get started. And what we are going to do first is I am going to go ahead and jump cut right here. I'm going to duplicate that guy here and another one here. And, oh wait, just a second. We need to figure this out. So, let's see. What I'm thinking is if we're 2 away from that window, and then we're 2 away there, but then we go 1, 2, 3, we're 4 away right here. I think that might be a little bit too far. I think we need to sync this back a little bit and go just those 1, 2 right there. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. We got to move these over 2 more. I think one of the things is going to be that transition up there. Not sure how that's going to work, but we're going to have to figure that one out as we go. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to duplicate that, copy it here, here, and then we will discuss what we're going to do, any additions that we're going to add at that time. So see you in a second. And there it is. So we built our columns and kind of the first upper layer. What I'm planning on doing is duplicating these details across here, going that way. And then kind of what I've come up with is that I need to do a little detailing up there, so I'll have to figure that out. But what I'm thinking is that we're going to detail the floor, and then up above, somehow we are going to spell out HollowCube across here. Just add a little bit of extra depth since this is our town hall. I don't know, they might be those lights, or they might be a kind of wool, or maybe some redstone lanterns. I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking, yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. But it's starting to really come along. I think the next part, or next thing that we need to do though, is a floor. And the first thing I did was I kind of chose either purple, because the blue stained clay looks purple, and this kind of matches it pretty well. And then I was trying to choose a gray or the blue. Now the blue, I think I like the blue itself, but I don't think it goes along with this build well enough. So I kind of chose that purple, and then I couldn't decide on a gray, so I think I'm going to use both of them. I was also comparing them to these columns right here to see if the grays matched it, or whatever the issue, or trying to figure out exactly what we wanted. So I think at the end we decided, I decided to go with this purple, with the combination of both of the grays. Now for the grays, what my thought is that if I use this light gray, so we kind of built out around here, did an initial little design. Now if I take this and let's say I come in, build up, let's see, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then this one would come out here, and I know that they won't line up exactly, and that is okay. But what we do is we create these little shapes, and then inside of these shapes we turn them dark gray. Now I'm thinking about zigzagging the gray, so it's a little bit more so the gray is a little bit more solid, or the dark gray, well the light gray is kind of a detail element. And then in between the shapes, the fill is a color. Actually, could also go like, something like that. Oh, I like that. That looks nice. But anyways, I am going to time-lapse this, so you guys will get to see the entire kind of design of this. So I'll see you in a second.
I could be learning, you could be yearning to see what's behind these closed doors. But I promise you, I'll always be yours.
go. We did it. We have the entire floor in, as you guys saw. I then went ahead and I was short on time, so I couldn't really record the little bits in between. So we are going to kind of walk through what I ended up doing. So to add a little bit more depth behind on the windows, we added these little elements. So it comes up top, steps up, kind of a cornice little spot, and then it comes down and extends out into the room. I think it just adds a little bit more depth to those windows. Yeah, I think it's definitely a nice addition. I also added the kind of a molding on the bottom, or a baseboard with the stairs that goes all the way around. The white from the quartz was just looking a little flat, so I was trying to add a little bit of detail here, a little bit there, to try and kind of spice it up a little bit. The other thing that was really bugging me was these arches were all in quartz, and with that, they just look kind of bland. They blended in way too much. So went ahead and added those as stone bricks, and I like it. I like it. I'm definitely a fan of that change. I might go ahead and maybe those two become stone bricks as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what ends up happening. These little elements right here are actually for players. So everyone that comes on the HollowCube server, put your base block, or HollowCubers, if you're watching this, go ahead, put your base color block in these two, and then you can go ahead and lay a banner down right there over it, and that is your tag in the town hall. And we might have some meetings in here. We'll have to see what happens, guys. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. These are just to add a little bit of light to the room. Otherwise, I got these dark shadows cast all along here, and it was okay. It did add some depth to the room, but it was just a little bit too much, or it was too dark. So had to eliminate that, and that's what the element that I chose to use. So, and the big reveal, this is my favorite part about it. Super excited for it. Ready? All right, on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Bam. So to add a little bit more depth, I went ahead and floated HollowCube in redstone lamps. I know this will look different in the complete base texture. If you guys didn't know, I use Faithful Texture Pack with Code Chicken, which is, it changes a few textures, like the carpet. Oops, I'll put that back. Changes carpet texture, as well as redstone texture and the redstone lamp. It's mostly just redstone textures. The big issue that I have is I'm not very good at redstone, so the texture pack, that portion of the texture pack, really helps me with the redstone. So that's why I use this. But I am in love with this floating thing, guys. And if you guys have any ideas for the rest, or any ideas or changes for this build, please let me know in those comments down below. But I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks for stopping by. And until next time, stay dapper.